Try to see how many people can join in so we can get this party started. So I ain't been live streaming in a long time. This is my first time streaming on StreamYard. Just learning something new, y'all. I think I'm gonna try doing something like this some other time. All right, I guess I'll just get this party started then. What's up, y'all? This is the EJ2 Productions. Welcome to the final episode of Let's Talk of 2020. And this is my very first live stream on StreamYard. And try to see how many people can, come back and just chill. So we could just get this conversation going. I guess I could just talk about whatever. But anyways, yeah. 2020, what a year. A dreadful year. And I can think of a million reasons why, this year just sucked all the way through. And early this year, I thought we were on a good pace. Everybody is just doing what they love to do, just going to school, working, making money, just living a good life. Up until COVID hit the whole world, everything just changed for the worse. Everybody is dying left and right. I literally feel like, just everything is just not how it, like, how you wish that 2020 didn't exist because of COVID. It already has, but looking back in it now, is one of the worst years I've ever experienced. Almost the entire world has ever experienced 2020 like this. And never have I ever expected this year could be so rocky, and like it just sucks all the way through, like for real. But there have been some light moments for me. Even though I'm still in school, I'm still keeping up with my grades. I'm passing every class. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But this year has also been a rocky year for me, especially dealing with the virtual learning. And it was a very humble experience for me, I could say. Um, but I managed to pull through. I managed to overcome any challenges of educations that I've never experienced something like that before. What's up, G Bane? And just try to do my best I can to keep it up and try to set the bar rolling, on a positive note. And me accomplishing my goal on my weight loss. And even though I had to change my eating habits, but I knew it was going to happen. But I was at a high risk, of getting diabetes and high cholesterol. And I thank the Lord and I thank God that I did not get none of that when I got my blood results. It came out, it came back normal. As always, I thank the Lord and my kidneys are doing good. And I'm grateful. I'm blessed to know that I'm able to continue to try to eat healthy the best way I can and try to stay on track. But and also my channel finally reached 1,000 subs. That right there is I can never forget that experience. Just having my first 1,000 subscribers, it really meant a lot to me because 5 years of hard work and dedication have finally paid off, making better content, creating different videos, art videos, let's plays, reactions, and any kind of topic that I could think of, I'm creating. A lot of people have been tuning in, subscribing to my channel. I've been promoting my stuff on Instagram. That really helped me a lot to get that kind of support from the people that have been watching your content for 5 years and continue to show you the love and support. And that really meant a lot to me. And it was nobody but God. But it's also been a horrible experience for me as well because I've lost a loved one. He didn't die from COVID-19, but it was still a mystery of how he passed, But the strangest thing for me is after my brother's funeral, I ended up getting 1,000 subs because I was just scrolling down my phone, just looking on my YouTube studio or Creator Studio for that matter, and I ended up getting 1,000 subs. I was ecstatic, but I was sad at the same time. I wish I could have gotten it on a different circumstances, but it is what it is. It just bound to happen. And there was this trend on YouTube that all the small creators are doing, like called small YouTube support, calling all small YouTubers. And I've been doing that. I jumped on the trend, and that's how you know my channel growth. I've been subbing to these people's channels. Their content are better than mine because they know how to do stuff better than me. It's because I'm admiring their creativity, and it's just something that I've always wanted to do. Just jump on a train, do what they do, sub to them, and they'll sub you back. Support their content, they'll support yours, and just try to stay on a positive energy, a positive motivation. And that right there is it's a blessing. I'm just glad that 2020 did me some justice on this one because I was struggling, stuck on 500 subs. I didn't know I was gonna make it, by the grace of God, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? It's a very humble experience. And some dark times of 2020, everything just went down the tubes. The death of George Floyd, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and the whole. I appreciate that, G Bay, man. Blessings to you too, bro. The death of George Floyd, it really hit the skyrocket across the globe. The I Can Breathe movement, and it was just a sad moment, but it was also frustrating for the Black community at the same time because we've been shot at, murdered at, looked at crazy, being called different racial names and stuff because of what's going on. And even this whole pandemic thing started, you got these American racist people are making fun of Asian people just because they came from China and they're Asian. That means that they have it, they're responsible. So we're gonna throw each jab at those people every step of the way. And I don't like that because where I come from, I don't recognize color. I look at people as individuals, you know what I'm saying? If I see you do wrong, I'm gonna call you out on it, but I'm not gonna judge it for you based on your skin color. That's discrimination and that's racist. And I don't stand by it. I don't condone it and I don't tolerate it. But what happened in 2020, I would rather just leave that behind and just try to bring in the New Year's, try to do something productive with that kind of year, despite the craziness that just happened this year, you know what I'm saying? And even this 2020 election, that's the worst in my opinion. And I don't like talking politics, I really don't. But I had to bring this up because this 2020 election gave us so much anxiety to a point where I'm about to just give up. I didn't know who was going to win, Trump or Biden. But it turns out Biden won the election. Trump still whining like a punk thing he is, about, you know, saying this whole election is rigged and all that bull crap. Like, dude, you lost. Take an L. Leave it alone. Move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? And there's a reason why, everybody is still talking about it, but they just would not leave it alone. I'm trying to leave it alone, but sometimes I just can't help but to bring it up. It happened this year. It exists. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so let's jump on to my plans for 2021, which is Friday. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to expect in 2021. All I could do is just continue to finish school and continue to upload videos and try to grow my channel and make money as possible and try to do some more reviews and oh, one more thing I forget to mention, y'all. So in my first channel, it was a reaction channel. I turned it into an art channel, which is I go by the name of Black Man Art. So, which means that you're going to see me drawing stuff on my official art channel. So make sure y'all go subscribe to that as well. And I also have a third channel coming out very soon, and it's going to be based on my gaming channel. So it's going to be based on me playing video games, doing video reviews, and just talking about video games in general. So that's going to be on that. So make sure you guys be on the lookout as well. And some plans for this channel as well. I'm gonna just continue to do what I want. Reaction videos, art videos. Yeah. G Man, I'm also an artist as well. If you go to my playlist, you will see that I'm also a good artist though. But my art has progressed from 2017 to 2020 of how much it has come a long way from transitioning because I'm slowly just learning different kinds of art styles from ZHCs to David Finch to Tom Du Bois to any other artist that I love, just watching on YouTube, just do their thing and learn from them so that I can transfer their styles to my own style, just mix things up and just turn it into something gold, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm also an artist. And yeah. Uh oh, and one more thing I need to mention. Also, starting on Friday, I don't know what art video I'm going to be doing on live, but if I finish that, I'm gonna try to create a time lapse version of it, and then I'm gonna transfer it into my art channel, which is Black Man Art. So make sure y'all go subscribe to that as well. So I'm gonna be hold on, let me show you what it looks like. So you'll be able to see. Yeah, please do, man. I appreciate it. So this is what it looks like. Um, I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, this is Black Man art. So make sure y'all, yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe. Yeah. All right. So let me get back on topic for a minute. All right. So Power Rangers Dino Fury is coming in a few months. Because I'm going to be doing my review of episode 1. Because everybody has been. You know what? Here's another thing that I want to bring up. The worst in 2020 is this whole stupid rumor about Hasbro and Toei splitting up, which is not true because the CEO Brian Golder did not confirm this by any format whatsoever. So Hasbro and Toei will not be splitting up. They're going to continue to adapt more Sentai seasons that haven't been adapted for Power Rangers, and they're going to try to make it their own thing, And so Hasbro and Toei, I hope so, man. I just hope that more people are going to be taking the vaccines. Those who were affected by COVID-19, that they're going to end up taking a vaccine and try to get better because we are trying to slow this thing down. But there's just certain people in this world that do not take this seriously and don't wear a mask. You got some celebrities that don't even wear a mask as well. And that's what really that's what really frustrates me the most. You know what I'm saying? I just want this world to, to take this COVID-19 very seriously. And it sucks for real. So getting back to Hasbro and Toei splitting up, it's not true. Like I said before, if they were true, they would have confirmed it, but they haven't. So Luminary, they didn't get the real source from. We don't know if it's gonna happen, but it's not. So, but Dino Fury is supposed to be the last season of Power Rangers. But you know what? If they were to move Power Rangers to Netflix, I say it's a good thing. So that way you can have or just do all the episodes, into 1 year instead of just doing 20 episodes per season. Because that right there is what killed the Power Rangers momentum on Nickelodeon ever since Samurai started. And it's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that, G-Bang. Praying for your family as well. Yeah, so Power Rangers Dino Fury is going to be coming out next year. Or should I say, well, maybe February or even March. I'm not sure which day it's going to be coming out. But I will be watching episode 1, and I will be doing my review of it. Because Chip Lynn and Simon Bennett, I'm going to be writing the season. And I'm a little concerned about the other writers from the Neo Saban era are going to be coming in. I hope that's not the case. So, yeah. Power Rangers, Hasbro and Toei are not splitting up, so I don't believe that one bit. We got 4 people here. That's what's up. And, yeah. What else I want to talk about? The Undertaker's retirement, I can never forget that. He retired on time on Father's Day because, listen, a lot of people need to realize that Undertaker cannot retire on y'all terms, on y'all's time. Y'all don't get to control wrestlers. It's the wrestlers that get to make their own decisions to whether retire, not from the so-called live crowd, but they did it, on their time. You know what I'm saying? And when Undertaker retired 2020, it was the right thing to do. He gave 30 plus years of his career. He gave us amazing moments that he defined in every era. But he doesn't really have to, come back and have a proper retirement on y'all's time the way y'all wanted to. It just doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? And Undertaker, he's the real deal. He's the GOAT. He went out like like the gangster. You know what I'm saying? Even at the 2020 Survivor Series, when he came out said that it was time for the Undertaker to rest in peace, the character and the person. You know what I'm saying? And with Paul Bird, the hologram of Paul Bird, came out. Undertaker does his trademark pose. I broke down like a baby because it was such a beautiful moment to see Paul Bearer and Undertaker together. It was just an incredible moment. I can never forget that. But I feel like the WWE in 2020, it really had their ups and downs, in terms of them doing their show without the crowd at the performance center. It's like every time I look at that, I cringe, you know. But it's good that they did the Thunderdome with the online crowd, which is a good thing. So, but yeah, man, I'm just happy that 2020 is coming to an end. It's been a dreadful year, almost for everybody, But there have been some good moments, But me, everything just sucked for the worst, Looking at the news, the rioting started. All the African Americans being killed left and right by the police officers, kneeling on necks and everything. It's a mess. And even Cooties was the most controversial movie on Netflix, and they still got it on a platform. And I really wish they would just release it or remove it. And why do you think they got indicted in Texas because of it? You know, there are some sickos out there who will defend this movie, calling it good and entertaining. But if you're an adult, you might not want to watch it because they will defend this movie to the fullest, and it's kind of sad. Now that you think about it. Yeah, and a few more things I want to bring up. The whole situation between Retro Gaming Star and VGL 58, uh, as well as everybody else. I cannot forget about that, what I heard. Because, like I said, and when I made a video about it, when I first subscribed to his channel, I thought that he was legit. I thought he was cool, that he was reviewing animes and video games and stuff. And he streamed, gameplays of Tekken 3 as well as other Game Boy Advance games and stuff. But once I saw BGL's live stream about putting Retro Gaming Star on blast, I was wondering what happened. What did he do? Then looking at it after doing my research, I realized that he's pretty much shown his true colors as well. And that right there is one of the main reasons why I've unsubscribed to his channel, because of how he was handling the trolls, and instead of just ignoring them or deleting their content, I mean their comments, that's what I would have done if I see some negative comments, I could just delete them and just keep on streaming, and he made the worst of it. Then he just blatantly, you know, cursed out VGL and them, calling them on a Discord, accusing them of unnecessary stuff, which is not true. And he didn't really have the evidence, because if he had evidence, it would have been worse. If you don't have evidence, you cannot accuse that person of something like that. So it's dumb. So, and that's how I knew the truth about what the truth about Raymond. I'm like tongue twirling everywhere. The truth about Retro Gaming Star. So that was a few things that I wish I could forget about in 2020, but I can't. It's already happened. So yeah. Uh, I think a few things that I need to mention also is the NFL, because the NFL has been a terrible as well, especially with the Washington football team, going through the name change and trying to come out with something that can make this team a better franchise as well as the organization, but it ended up being the exact same result. Losing every game, winning every game, and losing every game. Almost more games as well. But we beat Philadelphia in week 1, but we couldn't even beat the rest of the games. And it's just sad. And not to mention, ever since Alex Smith returned, we won games like crazy. But with Haskins playing, we started losing games. But with Alex Smith playing, we started winning games, And the game with the Bengals, that changed everything. Then uh, San Francisco, we lost against Indianapolis. That was one of the worst games we ever did. We could have, tied a game, but due to that worst play we've ever done. But we ended up turning the season around. We started winning more and more games. So this Sunday night coming up is one of the most important games for us because the division title is on the line. We really need to go to the playoffs, and we really need to step it up because Haskins is finally out. Taylor Hannigan, he's shown something that Haskins could not do: run the ball, throw good passes, not hold the ball in too long, and he's basically shown us that he's passionate. He's willing to do whatever it takes to get this team to the playoffs, which I know he will. And it's funny because I don't look at games like that like how I used to. If they're doing terrible, I change the channel. I switch on to the other game. And if I see them doing good, then I'll turn back. If they're doing bad, I'll change the channel. Because for one, our defense really needs to step it up and not allow more yards to be lost. And our offense game, we need to improve a lot more. So, and Ron Rivera, man, he is the true champion in 2020. Battling cancer, going after radiation treatments, and after beating the last round, he came out on top. He, he's a survivor. He's a lot stronger than he was before, and he is one of the most respected coaches in the NFL history. And that's why I respect him even more because of that. And come on, like you cannot go wrong with Ron Rivera. You know what I'm saying? And this dude is the reason why the Washington football team might have a chance of going to the Super Bowl if the players step up to the plate. You know what I'm saying? Mega Drive Adam, what's up? Thanks for joining in. Yeah, so we were just talking about, what happened in 2020 that we would love to forget about. Talking about Russell Gaming Star and talking about the WWE, Undertaker, Power Rangers, you name it. We were just talking about everything. And G4. Oh yeah. G4 is coming back next year. Why am I happy about it? Because I haven't seen G4 on TV in what God knows how long, since forever. And like I said, I remember when I first heard about G4 around 2005 and the G4 TV network. Everything was what it was back then. And just looking at G4 TV on YouTube, it really makes me think how awesome my childhood was. And it was like, what, 10, 15 years ago? That's how old I am. You know what I'm saying? I was like 14 when I started watching G4. And it was one of those channels that I just love watching every day. From X Play, Attack of the Show, Ninja Warrior. Ninja Warrior is one of my all-time favorite shows because just watching the contestants getting destroyed on obstacles that they can't even come across and get past through. it's just so entertaining to see how awesome the show was. And you got your veterans that you love seeing on TV, like Kasumi Yamada, Moko Tanagano, uh, the fireman, the guy who used to work at a gas station. I forgot his name, and even that the young 18-year-old who was a rookie at the time, he almost made it to the final stage. He almost beat the final stage. He got past all three stages because he been through it and he got past it. That's how much Ninja Warrior really meant to everybody. It was such an entertaining show, and looking back at it now, I had a good time watching it on YouTube. No matter what season it was just entertaining, and even when Monko Tanagano, when he first competed, he almost made it to the final stage. But since he redeemed himself, he made it to the final stage and he beaten stage 4. And when I first saw that, my heart was pounding. I was just cheering him on like crazy. And when he made it, I marked out. That was one of the best moments in G4 history, you know what I'm saying? And I can go on like 1,000 times just how incredible this program was back in the day. Even when they did a special on what the stars of Ninja Warrior have been up to. Nagano have been a fisherman, so he's fishing. And Kasumi Yamada, he's been training hard, vowed to never, give up. But I feel like each time he tries, he keeps on failing. But he was among one of the all-stars that made it to the all-star list because he was a veteran. Like he knows the game very well. But I can't forget the time when he got on one of the obstacles and he got disqualified when he fell off the obstacle by accident. But my very first time watching Attack of the Show is when they host their very first 2005 Comic-Con. And y'all know how much I love comic book art. Just seeing the professional comic artists drawing for the fans and years, seeing all the cosplayers. I had no idea what cosplaying was until years later when I found out that what they do is they take pictures with other cosplayers, how passionate about their favorite superheroes, TV shows, and actors and actresses and the characters and stuff. They're cosplaying in them, and they show this guy in this bootlegger Power Ranger costumes. And I'm like, oh my goodness, man. This is why I love Comic Con. Every year they bring out the artists, professional artists, you know, drawing for the fans, talking to the hosts about the exclusive issues that are going to be coming out, movies, TV shows, and of course the video games. You cannot forget the video games because if you can't do a Comic Con, you cannot forget about the video games that are going to be coming out. So and let's not forget about the movies as well. So I remember, I think it was like 2010 or 2011 when they first showed Street Fighter 4. And I didn't know what the game was around 2009 or 8 when I first saw it. Just looking at those graphics, it kind of reminds me of Street Fighter 2. And the way that the design looked, the way that the character models look, and they all remind me of Street Fighter 2, and just the way the layout looks and the artwork look. And I just love the game myself. I've beaten Street Fighter 4 like 3-5 times. And here's the funny story. Because when I was 18 at the time, I was shadow boxing in my room and I hit my wall right in this spot right here. And it swelled up real bad to a point where it looked like a grapefruit and an orange. That's how bad my pain was, but it wasn't really hurting, but it was because I couldn't really move my hand well. And plus, that's what stopped me from drawing because I couldn't really draw at the time. You know what I'm saying? Given how young I was 18 at the time. I was coming in I'm coming into that age, you know. But I learned my lesson. If I want a shadow box, I can either use a pillow or stuff. So yeah, I learned my lesson. My hand got better, and plus I was playing Street Fighter 4. You know, Seth was one of the hardest characters to beat in Street Fighter 4 because I was struggling. I almost rage quit because Seth was such a hard character to beat. But it took a lot of practicing and a lot of motivation to do it. I was able to beat the game, and I've done it multiple times. And a sequel came out, which is Super Street Fighter 4. I got the game in 2012 on my 21st birthday, and then I got the Sonic Genesis Ultimate Collection on the 360. I had a blast doing that. I had a fun time on my 21st birthday because in 2 months I'll be 30, and it's hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still young, you know what I'm saying, regardless. But in my 20s, I had a lot of fun, you know, and so yeah, I'm glad that G4 is going to be coming back in 2021. I cannot wait to see what they're going to be talking about. I want to see them do a discussion talking about the PS5 and the Xbox Series, I mean Xbox Series X, as well as the upcoming games that are going to be coming out, movies, TV shows. I want to see them do all of that in 2021. And like like I'm gonna be excited just to do my live reaction because G4 was and still is my childhood to this day, you know what I'm saying? And I can never forget so many amazing moments they've done, like on Attack of the Show when Olivia Munn, when she jumped inside a pie thing and Kevin ended up jumping in it as well. So it was just a mess. But it was also a fun time to see. Heck, I even did a live reaction to their special on YouTube. And just seeing Olivia Munn and the rest of the gang from G4, they all look the same. Adam's getting older, but you could tell he hasn't stopped playing video games. Kevin Pereira, you could tell he hasn't stopped playing games. But Olivia Munn, you could tell that she's definitely moved on from G4 on to Hollywood stuff, and she became a Hollywood big name. So I think she's going to be coming back on G4, and I cannot wait because there are a lot of things that they missed out on. Well, they haven't though, but I kind of feel like knowing Adam and Morgan Webb from X Play, they're going to be talking about some games that recently came out this year, and the last gen, which is the PS4 and the Xbox One, they're going to be talking about it, and I'm dying to see what they can do. And Xavier Woods, I'm hoping that he does a good job on G4 because we all know that he's a huge gamer. The Dreamcast is the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, a Nintendo. Like he's got in every game console, and he's a collector. He's a nerd, so he knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy to see what they can do. So I'm happy for that. I mean, y'all can ask me anything. I mean, y'all can just ask me what's up. You know, I'm asking me. You know what I'm saying? Just ask me anything. You know what I'm saying? We're chilling. We live streaming. My first stream, y'all live stream. We chilling. You know what I'm saying? We the DZ viewers. You know what I'm saying? We here. We chilling. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Mr. Girl who did the Cody's review. He made a second. Well, he made a new account, and I'm not happy about it because a lot of people have been, telling me that he's back. He's made a new account. Well, a new YouTube account. I've just found this out, a few days ago, and I was not happy about it because this is a YouTube predator who is known to saying a lot of creepy stuff and do a lot of provocative things on YouTube, and that's why his first channel got terminated. Got terminated because of his exploited content. But as soon as he made his new content about how he learned to stop eating girls, I still think he's a creep and he should never be on YouTube in the first place. That's just what I believe. So I don't know if y'all heard the show um Gilligan's Island. The actress Mary Ann or Dawn Wells. Yeah, Mary Ann. She passed away this year too. Like I didn't know who she was at first. I heard of the theme song and I heard of the show, but I haven't really watched it that much. But it's sad that another legend has has passed on. But there are some good moments in the WWE, like when Roman Reigns, when he came back as a heel at SummerSlam in 2020. That was one of the best moments in WWE history. And I can never forget the time when I just saw him with a new look and the new teeth. His eyes were brighter than before. And the way he was cutting promos and stuff, that literally makes me want to watch SmackDown even more because of his promos. And plus, him teaming up with Paul Heyman, it's another A plus as well. And just seeing those two together, it brings you back to the good old days when him and Brock Lesnar used to be together. And hearing Roman Reigns cut a good promo as a heel, he's not slurring, he's not stumbling, he's not stuttering. That really makes me want to watch SmackDown even more because of his heel run. And what I really love about it is his rivalry with his cousin Jay Uso, talking about how he can't be the one to provide for his family and stuff, seeing who gets to be the head of the table, you know, about the tribal chief thing. That right there is what, you know, made me a fan. You know, their match at Hell in a Cell, it was pretty overwhelming, but their other match was decent, you know. But when Jay Uso turned heel, it was a crazy moment on SmackDown that I'll never forget, you know. And now the rivalry with him and Kevin Owens, that was such a good moment for me to watch. It was just an entertainment thing to see. And the promo that Roman Reigns cut about him being the head of the table, saying how he's the guy who put the roof over your head. He's the guy who put the food on the table. If you don't talk some sense to your daddy, the husband, then he's going to be the one to take the food off the table. And I'm like, oh my God. If that's not such a heel move, I don't know what is. But it was a promo that got him over. You know what I'm saying? As a heel, it worked. It clicked. You know what I'm saying? And it was something that we've been asking for years is the a proper heel turn for Roman Reigns. And that SummerSlam, it worked. Roman Reigns as a heel worked for me. You know what I'm saying? And this rivalry with him and Kevin Owens, it was just a classic moment. And their match at TLC was the exact same thing. What I'm talking about was that exact example. Even their Friday night SmackDown Steel Cage match was another legendary match that I can watch for days. Just the type of chemistry that they had, you know, despite him cheating, you know, having his cousin Jay Uso, you know, putting the cuffs on Kevin Owens' wrist, you know, preventing him from winning the steel cage match. I had a breath a minute. and it's crazy. You know, Roman Reigns 2020, I'll take it. I'll take 2020 Roman Reigns over his past self because his past self sucked. Vince McMahon tried to turn him into John Cena 2.0 and it did not work, not one bit. But something in his mind made him realize that maybe he'll be better off as a heel. They couldn't do that to John Cena, but you did it to Roman Reigns. And I'm grateful for that. But I would rather have him, you know what? If John Cena were to come back, I want him as a heel. Like, have him go back to his thugonomic days, you know what I'm saying? Imagine him and Roman Reigns, two heels fighting, joining each other out. It would have been such an epic moment, you know. I personally would have loved to see that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what's on AEW because I know they're gonna be doing the tribute to John Huber. RIP dude. Oh, they're doing a better tribute. Okay. Yeah, they're doing a 10 bell thing. Oh, and that was a dope opener, man. I don't want to. You know what? Here's the thing. I found out that the WWE Raw did not do a proper tribute to Luke Harper. They did not do the Tank Bell thing, and I don't know what's up with that. And fans were outraged by it, and I don't blame them because you know what I'm saying. The WWE could have done that. So the fact that Eli Wrestling did that, I knew it was gonna happen. So the fact that they did that was an awesome job. Their youngest son, not the oldest one, but their youngest son, he was scared because of the belt of how loud it was, and his wife was crying, and his son was wearing a Lucha Bray mask because you could tell they didn't want him crying and stuff, and I already know the feeling, bro.
No, not for me. I like being able to do whatever I want. You know, stay out all night, order Chinese food at 2 a.m. He said I wouldn't trade you for the world. And 2020 has hit us all hard over and over and over, some harder than others. But this, to give an analogy that I think Brody would like, is like a pride soccer style kick right in the face of the pro wrestling community. When I think of what I've learned over this year, as the calendar turns over to 2021, and I think of Amanda and the kids, I realize that's exactly what pro wrestling is. It's a community, not just a sport. It is a community where the chips are down, we support each other, we love each other. Men and women from all over the world brought together by this one thing that we love. And tonight we come together again to rage against the dying of the light, to celebrate a great human being whose legacy, I hope, inspires us all to be a little bit better of a person every single day.
I think once I finish watching this clip, I'm gonna end the stream.
Around us every single day. To appreciate, stop and smell the roses every single sunset, every sunrise, every day. I know I will. Because every day is a gift, every day is special. And every day.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. Yo, what's up, BGL? How you doing? You know, the way that John Moxley was talking, I can tell that he was trying to hold back tears the way that he was talking. And I felt for him, though. And so, some of the stuff that he said that we need to stop and smell the roses, try to enjoy the life the best way we can. And, you know, and just try to stay positive and try not to give up hope. You know, that was a powerful message that he said. And I kind of felt that from the heart a little, you know what I'm saying? And this is going to be a good tribute show.
Number 8 seed defeating the number 1 seed. That was the scene just a few weeks ago when the Young Bucks were able to prevail.
And what I don't understand about this company is them always starting off the show with the tag matches. Like, you gotta somehow switch it up a bit, you know what I'm saying? So Jim Ross was basically right to call them out on it about using the same stuff over and over again. And you can't get mad at Jim Ross because he knows the game. He knows how the ball is rolling. You know, you can't be using the same stuff, you know, every time there's a high flyer agreeing to do a suicide dive or a move. Like, come on, like, you got to be able to change things up, you know what I'm saying? And right now, I'm watching the Young Bucks, and I'm not really into that group. They're just boring to look at. I'm sorry. And so, yeah. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to end this stream. I thank y'all for coming out, chilling with your boy, chatting with me as always. And this is my very first live stream on StreamYard. And this is the final episode of Let's Talk in 2020. And hopefully we'll be able to bring in a New Year's on a stronger note. And until next time, this is your boy DHR2 Productions. I love y'all. God bless. Stay safe.